The issue will be debated by councillors this Thursday. Now, if you're a regular listener, as we say, to BBC Radio Northampton, you'll know we've been visiting libraries around the county to get the views of users. £10 million worth of cuts could mean that some of them will have to close or taken over by community groups. Well, this evening, it's the turn of Desborough Library, and this is what we heard.
We love our library! We love our library! Save our library! Save our library!
That's the sound of around 60 children in the library earlier today. They were from Haverlock Infant and Junior School and Lowlands Primary School, and they were holding heart-shaped balloons as well as placards and banners they had made. Well, the protest was organised by Paula Holmes. She spoke to BBC Radio Northampton's reporter Stuart Bailey.
We heard probably 3-4 weeks ago that Northamptonshire County Council were considering getting rid of some of the libraries because they're in financial difficulties. We don't believe that's a sensible option, because although libraries aren't essential services, they are really essential for a community. And if you went into our library on any day of the week, you would see mother and children groups, the elderly reading and having cups of coffee, and it's a very important community hub. So we thought, well, we don't want to just say don't close our library. We wanted to make it more about what our library means to us. So we did the Heart campaign, where everybody can write on a heart and say why they love their library.
And how much support has that had?
I think it's taken off. Obviously it's difficult because it was a short time, but I was still getting hearts coming in to this day, and all of these plus the petition and several letters will be going to One Angel Square on Thursday, when there is a full council meeting which is going to last all day.
What made you get involved with this?
I remember the library as a child, not in its current building because we're going back in the midst of time, but I loved reading. I couldn't possibly read enough. I couldn't get enough books, and going into that building was a sense of wonder because it allowed me to read, learn and go forward. And once you learn the love of books, you've got it for all your life.
I suppose you could argue that we have the internet now, we have e-readers, don't we? There are so many different ways that we can access books and access information. So do we really need libraries anymore?
Oh, definitely, because they're not libraries. They're called library pluses because they have children's centres attached to them, where young mothers who have no other place to go can actually come and talk to each other and learn about how to be a mother. It doesn't just come naturally out of a bottle. And the reassurance. And at the other scale, we have more old people who come for the social aspects. Our library is particularly well placed because it's near retirement homes and some warden assisted living homes, so they can come in, read the papers, have a chat, socialise. It's very good for your mental well-being. Without it, a lot of people will suffer.
And what would that impact be on the community if it were to close?
Actually, I've no idea, but from what I'm being told through the hearts and through phone calls, I had a gentleman in tears because it is his safe haven. I can see them not having people to talk to in the twilight of their lives, and so you could see it impacting on their health, and they were staying home, and children will not have the access to books, learning, play, etc. And the 0 to 4 is a rising number of people coming into libraries. I've even had secondary school children saying, I come in here to do my homework because it's quiet and I can concentrate. And believe it or not everybody has access to the internet. So it's not just books, it's not just DVDs, it's not just access to the internet. It's a whole world in this library, and it's so important, and I don't think they realise how important it is.
Paula Holmes there, she's from Desborough, talking to BBC Radio Northampton's Stuart Bailey. We've got a short